We're two retirees hooked on travel. Follow us on our journeys around the world. Well, we're on the bus. We departed Noto, and now we're on our way to Ragusa. Ragusa is the largest of the famous Baroque-style towns in Sicily. You can get there by train or bus. The train that goes from Siracusa to Ragusa is the oldest train I've ever seen. And after a day in Noto, we decided to take the bus. Actually, there's two Ragusas, Ragusa Ibla and Ragusa Superiore. Ragusa Ibla is the old town, and it was completely destroyed by the 1693 earthquake. After the earthquake, the wealthy people, they decided to build a new town on the other side of the gorge, which eventually became Ragusa Superiore. Coming in on the road from Modica, seeing the buildings clinging on the walls of the gorge is quite breathtaking. Ragusa Superiore, the new Ragusa, is where most of the people live. Here is where most of the businesses are located, and this is where we're staying. This is where and how our journey begins. Whoa, that's neat. I thought this was a one-way street, but it's actually a two-way street, and it's very narrow. So we're staying in the new part of town, and we're heading our way down to the old historic town. And it looks like it's kind of pretty much built down in a valley. A lot of stairs going down. Neat place. Wow, I know, it's amazing. Look at this view. So actually when we drove in on the bus, that's the road we came in on, I think. Right there, to my right. What? Yeah, okay, that's the road we came in on the bus. And okay, over there is the old town. One thing about traveling, it keeps you in shape. You do a lot of walking and climbing hills, especially in Italy. They build a lot on these mountain tops or hill tops. This looks like a vacation rental. Check at that view. Holy cow. Would have been hard to get here with your suitcase. Look, take a look at this building. Look how narrow it is. It's amazing. I don't know how you could even live in something that small. It looks like a fixer-upper, but there's stairs everywhere. It's be hard to shop and live here for sure. Just there's like no end to the stairs. And we just keep going down. I don't know if we're going to be able to go up. What's this? Piazza della Cancelleria. Wow, look at this. Old historic buildings in the Baroque style. We're heading in the right direction, but we're kind of lost. It's fun though. Wow, this is really neat. Okay, the stairs are worth it because you're rewarded with some magnificent historical buildings in between these small little walkways. Wow, there's nobody around. The buildings are so narrow I can't even get back from this church to really see it.
Maybe this is one perfect there.
So far, it appears that everything is abandoned. Wow, look at this terrace. Amazing. Okay, we finally made it to the bottom. I don't know how many stairs. A lot. Tom, they give you directions on where everything is at and how long it takes to get there, which is nice because you can tell most of us walking with a cane. Well, because you're hiking uphill. There's just old churches and old buildings everywhere. There's a bus stop. Information center. Let's go get the tourist information center. She'll tell us about the bus. So you can kind of tell where we came down and now we have to walk up to get to the central area. Really narrow streets are driving through here. Yeah. Taxis don't want to come over here. We did find out that there is a bus that we can take back. One thing about living here, you would get in really great shape or it would kill you. You don't have a choice. Charming rooms with a view. Wow, looks like a nice place. Relaxing time in Ibla. Everywhere you look, there's little places to stay, I guess. People's homes. Downstairs, upstairs. And then like even once you get to your apartment, then you're gonna have to go up the stairs. You kind of wonder how it was in the old days. They had horse and buggies coming through these narrow streets. They weren't originally made for cars. And I'm sure that's how they got around. Horse and buggy. Imagine trying to drive here. No way. I don't know how we can get a bus out of here. Right, there's a few places here and there that have been restored and made into really nice little homes, and I'm sure that the government wants to sell them at a good price, so that people will come and fix them up because they're worth restoring. I'm not sure about the lifestyle, but really old roofs on some of these. I'm sure they still work, but man, old tile roofs. Straight up. There's several layers. Okay, our destination is the Duomo. And that's where it opens up and there's some restaurants and things and quite a few places. 1 minute, 4 minutes, 6 minutes hiking. Now there's an old church. Looks like the bell hasn't worked in a while.
It still works.
Santa Maria del Leo. Check this street. This is the main road. It turns left right there and heads on down. Goes right underneath this house.
90 degrees.
It goes 90 degrees right underneath that house. That's creative. Okay, we made it. It opened up and there's the cathedral and little restaurants, some shops. Okay, we're gonna spend some time here. Wine store, ice cream, paninis. There's a bunch of side streets. This is gonna be fun to explore this area. Piazza Duomo. I would imagine during the high season it's really packed here, but right now, mid-November, it's still warm and there's not a lot open, but it makes it a lot more charming. It's incredible how they have the driveway, like the road goes underneath the houses. This is a really neat historic town. The palm trees and everything. B&B.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure during the summertime this place is just different and packed. Things are open, things going on, people. Okay, if you don't know me well, I absolutely love cheese. And this little deli here has every kind of cheese imaginable. And they make sandwiches.
Excuse me?
She's making us a panini with fresh made bread. Look at this cheese. Love it.
Wow, that's the cheese.
Absolutely beautiful cheese. And look at this one, how big it is, the block. It has a stamp on it, see?
Want to get a boat?
See the stamp?
Can we get a boat to take it home?
We want to bring it home. I want to take that whole block of cheese home. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is it? Can we take some home?
That's good.
Oh, look at that sandwich. She has to use this big, huge knife to cut this cheese. Looks like it's made for cheese cutting. That's a hard cheese. It's probably aged forever.
That's why it's so tasty.
That's Ragusa, Ragusan cheese.
Ragus.
Yeah, it's from this region. From this town.
Ragusuano. From this region. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a big treat. If you follow the main street east, you end up at the park. This is where the bus from Ragusa Superiore stops. We were so glad there was a bus because we're not too excited about trying to climb back up the hill. At night, it's fun to walk out in these historic towns to see the old buildings, especially the churches. They always have them lit up beautifully. And it gives you a different perspective on things when it's dark out and you see the lights. You can get a little bit more focus on some of the detail. After walking around, we ended the day with a great dinner and a bottle of wine. If you liked this video, you'll enjoy our videos on Sicily and other destinations around the world. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.